Hello there and welcome back to Friendonkey Wrestling Season 2. The time has finally arrived. We're at Money in the Bank after several episodes of build-up. And I'm very much looking forward to it. It's going to be a hell of a show. Headlined, of course, by the man staring us down now, Drew McIntyre. Will be challenging Seth Rollins for the FDW World Championship after earning his opportunity, going through LA Knight, and a bit of back and forth in the lead up to this show. See if he can finally convert his momentum into a win. But before we get there, we've got a hell of a show to get through to begin with. Kicking things off in true FDW fashion with the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. 4 men in this match representing FDW going for the briefcase. All 4 men earned their spot in this matchup. Starting things off then, the one and only Ricochet, former Cruiserweight champion, 2-time Cruiserweight champion, former TV champion, looking to claim the Money in the Bank ladder match and take the next step on the run of success, with potential World Championship opportunity in his sights.
The following contest is the Money in the Bank
A real mainstay of Friendonkey Wrestling. Ricochet deserves this opportunity after overcoming Cedric Alexander in a qualifying match, showing that he's still got what it takes to hang with the best of them. Diving into the ring now as he awaits his next challenger is this man, CM Punk, the first man to qualify for this match, overcoming Big E if I remember correctly. Punk no stranger to Money in the Bank ladder matches, and Punk looking to get back to winning ways. And should he win this match and claim the briefcase, he'll have his sights set on either Drew McIntyre or Seth Rollins, depending on the main event this evening. As the crowd go wild for Punk. Appears to be clobbering time.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds.
Should be a very interesting dynamic in this matchup for very, very different styles. Next up, Tyler Breeze. Not seen much of Tyler Breeze. Coming up short in his debut against Seth Rollins, of course, challenging for the TV title in Open Challenge. Looking to get the next step on success of claiming Money in the Bank briefcase. Very vain, thinks very highly of himself. And last but not least, our final competitor for the Money in the Bank ladder match, Bray Wyatt, winning a Battle Royale no less, outlasting the likes of Big E, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, LA Knight, and his own former tag team partner, Karrion Kross. Again, they appear to have gone their separate ways. Bray looking to get some single success, as is Kross. As I mentioned, Kofi Kingston. Kofi will be in action later this evening, representing the FDW brand in Supremacy Triple Threat action. Who's going to win this match? It really is anyone's guess at this stage. 4 hungry competitors, 4 vastly different styles, as Bray Wyatt immediately looking to get the job done. Goes for a ladder, he's not playing games. Tyler Breeze, on the other hand, goes straight after Ricochet as Punk goes for Breeze into a quick suplex. Ricochet stopping Bray Wyatt from gaining any sort of momentum now as they look to clobber each other. Reminder of the rules of this match: set up a ladder, climb the ladder, claim the briefcase for yourself, and inside the briefcase is a guaranteed title opportunity for the World Championship whenever you so desire. Punk now with a net breaker on Tyler Breeze. And into a big powerbomb there on Ricochet as Bray Wyatt lays out Tyler Breeze. Ladder perched precariously in the corner. Punk and Ricochet spilling to the outside as Ricochet looks to dismantle furniture and Punk seems to add furniture to this already chaotic affair. Only man in this, well, two men in this match have held championship gold. They're an FDW, being Ricochet and Bray Wyatt, former champions in their own right. Two familiar faces to the brand and two new faces as of Season 2. Breeze and Punk looking to make themselves a bit of a stalwart of FDW. Ricochet teeing off on CM Punk on the outside of the ring. Tyler Breeze looks to seize his opportunity, setting up the ladder in the middle of the ring as Wyatt catches him off guard. A bit of miscommunication there in the centre of the ring. Punk and Ricochet taunting each other on the outside as Breeze looks to get the job done. Up the ladder, Bray Wyatt dazed and confused in the corner. Will he be able to counteract Tyler Breeze's rather cat-like reflexes getting straight up that ladder as Punk and Ricochet seem to have forgotten that this is still a main event ladder match. Going to war with each other outside. Ricochet bringing that chair back into the ring to lay out CM Punk, but Punk sees it coming, thinks better of it, as Bray Wyatt just boots Tyler Breeze off the ladder, and Bray Wyatt now all on his own up there. Is anyone going to be able to stop him? CM Punk straight up the ladder as Ricochet seeks to bring down Punk, it would seem, who has caught the ire of the one and only. Bray come crashing down to the mat. Breeze and Punk now teeing up on each other. Tussling over the chair as Tyler Breeze hits the unpretty on Ricochet, and that must have him dazed and confused. Two men standing tall in the ring at the moment. Breeze and CM Punk. As Tyler Breeze hits the beauty shot, and that's got to be enough. Punk, never say die, CM Punk. Twisting neckbreaker now as Bray Wyatt calls for his Fireflies on the outside, looking to add even more weaponry to this affair. Grabbing a second ladder and introducing it into the mix. Ricochet with a huge backbreaker on Bray Wyatt as Breeze sent into the corner, appears to be busted open. Ricochet springboard off the ropes, looking to add that high-flying action which he's become so famous for. Sister Abigail out of nowhere from Bray Wyatt onto Ricochet on the ladder as Breeze hits a springboard off the second rope, spinning DDT. Can he capitalise on it? Wyatt with that occult-like strength, DDT-ing Breeze for good measure straight onto the ladder. Ricochet finding himself a bit of breathing room now, getting his stamina back. He's going to need it in a match like this. Backbreaker now onto Tyler Breeze from CM Punk onto the ladder, and the damage, the fatigue has got to be starting to set in. Wyatt once again calling for the Fireflies as Ricochet again. So many times from Ricochet we've seen him busting out a manoeuvre we've never seen before, and I don't even know what to call that. Ricochet fired up now in the middle of the ring. He senses his opportunity is near. The lock on the briefcase already partially undone as Ricochet takes to the skies. Shooting star press, but Bray Wyatt interferes. And that has got to hurt. Even when you stick the landing, but when you miss like that, it's got to be doubly as painful as Ricochet with a tilt-a-whirl onto Bray Wyatt. Punk back into the ring now. Ricochet springs off Bray Wyatt but doesn't see the assault from CM Punk. Teeing off with the kendo as he shatters it all over Bray Wyatt, and that is brutality. Tyler Breeze bleeding from the eye as CM Punk gets him up for the GTS. And could that be enough Go to sleep, Tyler Breeze, as he rolls to the outside. Does he know where he is? The blood pouring from his face. 3 men in the ring. Wyatt and Ricochet tied up with each other as Punk and Wyatt now seek to take control of the matchup. 2 ladders tilted in the corner as Wyatt looks to grab stairs. Breeze grabbing another kendo stick just to the back of Ricochet. Punk left alone in the middle of the ring. Tyler Breeze back to his senses, it would appear, with a huge tilt-a-whirl DDT. Punk left on to his own devices as Tyler Breeze hits the beauty shot. Nobody sees it. Your winner of the Money in the Bank ladder match, CM Punk.
Here is your winner, and Mr. Money in the Bank.
And that's got to be a good feeling for CM Punk. Guaranteed opportunity, and check out the Money in the Bank with the FDW fist branding on it. Well, the landscape of FDW has just changed, at least at the very top. Meanwhile, on Monday Night Raw, World Championship match, Omos retains his World Championship, and it would appear Smackdown are representing themselves with a bit of tag action. The Dudley stepping up to Dark AO, and they win the tag titles. Supremacy action now. I alluded to it earlier. Kofi Kingston representing the honor of FDW. And it would appear SmackDown and Raw have chosen their representatives. First up, Monday Night Raw. The one himself, Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke with a bit of history here on the channel. When myself and Jose, we took over SmackDown for a season. And we learned that Nakamura has powers to manipulate the Matrix. Will he be able to use those powers to his advantage here this evening? A change of garb, it would appear. Next up, stepping into the ring, is our boy Kofi Kingston, who really did earn this match, putting on a hell of a match with his New Day brothers, Xavier Woods and Big E. And getting to some winning ways is Kofi, hoping to bring it back for the honor of FDW. But representing Friday Night Smackdown, another legend it would appear. As we throw back to 1999, it's Ken Shamrock.
From Sacramento, California.
Now this should be a hard-hitting match. Shamrock, no stranger to hard strikes. A true grappler. Shinsuke Nakamura, king of strong style. And Kofi Kingston with a plethora of successes to his name. A reminder then, this season, Supremacy matches are triple threats. The winner of this match will get to their brand a draft pick from the free agent talent pool. So far, SmackDown have won the first Supremacy match. And a great women's triple threat action, and they pick themselves up Pat McAfee. Who's going to come victorious this time? Nakamura and Shamrock locking up now as Kofi interjects himself, looking to wear down the one. Unique offense there from Kofi Kingston, and he's going to have to use his high-flying style to capitalise over these two, I think, to catch them off guard. But it's nothing that Shinsuke can't overcome as he does that. Is that a Shinaroonie, a Nakaroonie? I'm calling it a Nakaroonie. Kofi dodging the big kicks there from Shinsuke Nakamura as Shamrock was to take control. Kingston getting a bit of space on the outside. Taking charge of the matchup now is Nakamura. Triple threat action, of course, means no count-outs, no disqualifications, so weaponry is allowed as Ken Shamrock and Shinsuke Nakamura seek to out-kendo each other. Kofi with a flying forearm, getting back in control and hyping himself up. Can't let that hype go to your head, Kofi. Huge drop kick there from Shinsuke Nakamura. As Kofi just takes a step back, lets Shamrock wear down Nakamura. Interesting game plan as Shinsuke rolls out. And we've got to support our boy, of course, Kofi Kingston. Freudian slip there. Big kick to the midsection and DDT there from Shamrock. And has Kofi Kingston been rocked? Oh dear, that is a strong submission hold. Technical sleeper hold there, locked in as Shamrock drops a drop kick on Nakamura, who appears to be busted open. Kofi off the second rope with a cross body, looking for a pin, and Nakamura's there to break it up. Shinsuke busted open. Will that have any effect on his psyche for the match? Referee getting in all the wrong parts of town as Kofi halting the momentum and taking down the King of Strong Style. Big snap suplex there from Shamrock as Ken looks to pin Nakamura. And a big boot there to the side of the head of Nakamura. And these constant blows to the head have got to be taking their toll now on the King of Strong Style. Kofi needs to get himself back in here, and he does. To the electric chair drop, and then big spike there. Shinsuke, strong knees to the side of Ken Shamrock. And a huge reversal there from Ken Shamrock onto Kofi Kingston, and Nakamura looks to introduce more weaponry to the matchup in the form of a baseball bat. Kofi in charge as Nakamura just yeets the bat. Kofi is caught between a rock and a hard place. Or Shamrock and a hard style. Big double stomp there from Kingston as Shamrock seeks to capitalise. Momentum just swinging in every direction in this match. It really is anyone's game. Ken Shamrock potentially looking for a suplex with a big back body drop. Kingston wisely getting himself a bit of space but staying close to the ring as he seeks to grab weaponry. There's another kendo. Will that be enough to get himself back in contention in this match? There's huge kicks there from Kofi Kingston, seeking to dish out some punishment on Nakamura as well. The kip up there from Shamrock. What's it going to take him down? All three of these men no stranger to championship success. Kofi dumped unceremoniously to the outside from Ken Shamrock as he runs and hits a big uppercut on Nakamura. Action flying thick and fast now as Kofi takes charge, taunting Nakamura back to his feet as Shamrock brings in a chair to the match. Swinging neckbreaker there from Kofi Kingston with a huge cutter as Ken Shamrock just delivers that unprotected chair shot to the head. Kofi can't be taking too many of those. The blood pouring from Shinsuke now as Nakamura grabs a sledgehammer and straight to the midsection of Kingston. Is that enough? Could this be 3 for Nakamura? Only a 1 count. The fighting Kofi Kingston. He wants this win. He'll need to do more damage than that. We've yet to see a higher count than a 1 in this match as all 3 of these men go to war for the honour of their brand. Trouble in paradise from Kingston to Nakamura as he hooks to the leg. Could it be 3? Shamrock back to his senses and breaks the count up at 1. And you got to think that was Kofi's huge opportunity to get a pinfall victory. Is he looking for? Is he going to drop it? Boom drop from Kingston as Nakamura sees it coming. Perhaps he took a little too long with the taunt. Shinsuke now taking charge of Kingston. And has the showboating been Kingston's undoing here? You've got to feel he was close. Shamrock looking for an ankle lock there. Shot block onto the shin of Kingston. And a sledgehammer shot to the midsection. And a third to Kingston. And a fourth, collecting Nakamura for good measure as Shamrock turns his attention to Monday Night Raw. Smackdown standing strong here once again. And this is just brutality from Shamrock. Nakamura back to his feet, but he has got to be hurting. Low blow from Nakamura to Shamrock as he hits a Kinshasa on Kofi Kingston. Could this be it? And after the brutality of the sledgehammers, Nakamura hits 2 crucial shots to claim victory for Monday Night Raw. Well, I can't say I'm not disappointed. There's a part of me that's happy for Shinsuke. But my day is ruined and my disappointment is immeasurable. It's a fine performance from Kingston, but coming up short on this occasion. As Monday Night Raw get themselves a win and a draft pick. Turning our attention back to the purple brand though. Unfinished business. As we finished business last time out between Belair and Rhea Ripley. These two haven't really had much opportunity to interact with each other due to Ripley's antics and just tearing the women's division apart. Number 1 contender Liv Morgan earning her shot by winning a gauntlet match, outlasting a bunch of other women in the women's division, including the likes of Bayley, Kairi Sane, Chelsea Green, Fallon Henley, and I'm sure I'm forgetting someone. But one person we can't forget about is this woman here, Bianca Belair, who, since joining the purple brand, has been a force to be reckoned with. Which is hardly surprising. We know how talented Bianca Belair is. And we know how ruthless she can be, particularly in championship matches. This is Bianca's first defense of her championship against Liv Morgan, no less. Let's see what they've got in store for us. We can only hope that Rhea Ripley is nowhere near the building. Security has been doubled, tripled even, to make sure she does not interfere in this affair. As we want a nice, clean, one-on-one matchup. But if you Liv Morgan, you've got to be thinking the odds are in your favour. Belair having been at war with Ripley, beaten up in the parking lot, no DQs, brawls. Belair can't be at 100% right now, and that's got to favour Liv Morgan in this particular matchup. But even a Belair at less than 100% is still incredibly dangerous. Does Morgan have what it takes as Bianca Belair looks to get the job done early with a 1 count? All eyes on this matchup from the women's division as Liv Morgan looks to roll through and locks in a submission, but Belair close to the ropes. Look for a double stomp and rolls through the Belair, bringing Liv Morgan down to the mat. Backflip from Belair as she displays that athleticism, just tackling Morgan in the corner. And this should be a solid wrestling match. Morgan with a drop toe hold, bringing Belair down to the mat and just walking all over her opponent, and that's surely just got to be poking the beastly of Bianca Belair. Disrespectful. Slamming the face of Belair off the mat does Morgan. As Morgan looks for the high risk crossbody to the outside through the second and third rope. Belair back to her feet now. Does Liv Morgan know what she's gotten herself in for? She reverses Belair's power offense. And almost thinks about an unprettier like her offense now as she slams Belair on the outside. Count of 3 now from the ref. Belair kick up back to her feet. These two scrapping on the outside. Champion's advantage in this matchup. We know it. Belair knows it. Does Liv know it? Championship can only change hands by pinfall or submission. Count out or a disqualification will not see the title change hands as Belair now with that brawling style into a sidewalk suplex. Firmly in control and hooked to the leg, looking for a cover. It's a 2 count as Liv expending even more energy just to kick out. Belair with some tough stomps now, taunting. Huge boot to the side of Liv Morgan. As Belair with a deadlift, and we've seen this before. With almost a gorilla monsoon-like press, dumping Liv Morgan to the mat, and the strength from Belair. Again, great ring awareness from the champion as she drags Morgan away from the ropes. Where Morgan was caught by the rope break earlier. Belair not allowing herself to get caught out by that. As Liv precariously gets back to her feet. Flicked off the ropes, bouncing off the ropes again as Belair gets her up and knocks her down. Face planting in the middle of the ring. Belair has her up now on her shoulders in the fireman carry. KOD onto Liv Morgan. It's been enough to take down Ripley, but it's not enough to stop Liv Morgan. There's fight in the challenger yet, as Belair almost sarcastically taunts Liv Morgan's offense. Split leg splash. Belair thinks about it, but perhaps she took too long as Liv Morgan got the knees up. Liv Morgan rolling through. Now this time she's got the submission locked on. Away from the ropes, but Belair with enough power just to punch her way out of it. They tie up once again. And Liv Morgan's got to be hurting. With the gorilla press and KOD. Belair looks to go high risk. She's on the top rope and she dives to the outside. Elbow drop and the high risk maneuver not paying off. Liv Morgan with it scouted. Face planting Bianca Belair on the outside with a drop to the knee to the face as well. Followed up by a swift kick, and again these shots to the head have got to be taken the toll of Bianca Belair. So hook and insecure. Count of 3 now from the ref as Liv wipes her shoes off Bianca Belair. Now is not the time to get cocky. That could be her undoing. She needs to keep on Belair. We know how dangerous Bianca Belair can be. Count of 6 now from the ref, and the girl needs to think about going it back between the ropes. With Morgan going back through as it just takes another second or 2 to get a bit of breathing space. Could that extra couple of seconds respite be enough to defend her championship? Yeeting Liv Morgan across the ring. She gets her up on her shoulders. Liv Morgan, reversal level to the chop block, bringing Belair down to the mat. Referee in all the wrong parts of town here. Could there be some collusion going on? Strength of Belair once again. Deadlifting Liv Morgan off the mat into a power bomb. It's these big power moves that are the big difference maker for Belair, as she once again gets her up into another deadlift, powerbomb and slam, and could this be enough? Ring awareness from the champion, dragging Morgan away from the rope. She doesn't want to get caught out. She thinks about the standing shooting star press, the FDW staple, but Liv with it scouted. She's clearly done her homework as Liv Morgan hits Oblivion. Or at least a DDT on Bianca Belair. Belair wisely finding herself to the outside now, knowing that she can't take the pinfall outside the ring. Did that feel like the end for Belair? Was that instinct kicking in? Kick to the midsection from Morgan into a code breaker. Belair dazed and confused. There is Oblivion from Morgan, but is that enough? She's done it on the outside of the ring. She's got to get her back between the ropes if she has any hope of becoming the FDW Women's Champion. A win like this isn't enough, Liv. Count of 7. Are we going to see another count-out victory? Liv Morgan goes to the top rope. Count of 8 from the referee. Belair precariously stumbling back to her feet as Liv Morgan yeets herself to the outside and Belair catches her. That is strength. That is awareness. The champion in control. As Liv Morgan powers out. And Belair kicks through. Referee has restarted the count. And this is back and forth. These women putting on a clinic. As Bianca Belair hits her basement drop kick. Could this be it? She gets her up once again in the half fireman's carry. Face out KOD. Belair rolls Liv Morgan over. And this could be 3. And it is. And still, your FDW Women's Champion, Bianca Belair. Not to take anything away from Liv Morgan, though. She took Belair to the limit. But a few rookie mistakes perhaps cost her this match. Close to being counted out. As the women's division goes from strength to strength, let's see if the men can follow suit. No pressure, boys. Main event for this evening. And it's for the FDW Men's World Championship. First up, the challenger, Drew McIntyre. He's climbed the ladder to success. Bringing his sword to the ring. Will he be able to cut his way to championship glory? He's one match away from immortalising himself. But the next hurdle he has to come is probably his biggest. Needing to overcome a champion like Seth Rollins is no easy feat. In what will be Seth Rollins' first defence of his world title since ripping it from the hands of Bronson Reed at WrestleMania, he now needs to stand toe-to-toe across the ring from the Celtic Warrior. Perhaps with air of certain uncertainty from Seth Rollins. Pulling double duty as champion there as he clings to the TV title in his right hand. The FDW World Championship resting on his shoulder where it belongs at this moment in time. But will ownership of the championship change hands come the end of this matchup? And that's what it's all for, folks.
Introducing the challenger from Ayr, Scotland.
As the crowd seem to be chanting for Drew McIntyre already. Is that going to be playing on the mind of Seth Rollins? And that's the first time he's let go of that championship all season. letting it go to someone else's hands. Think of everything that Seth went through to win that championship. Starting season 1 with nothing, fighting his way back to TV title glory, winning the Royal Rumble, going through opponent after opponent, before slaying Big Bronson Reed. And McIntyre's teeing off, we're off to the races. If you're McIntyre, you got to think that momentum's on your side. Similar to Liv Morgan in the previous matchup, Seth cannot be 100% coming into this match. But Drew, clubbing blows on Rollins. McIntyre last week, we saw him in singles action against Karrion Kross in a hard-hitting affair. Has McIntyre done his homework? Since taking a singles loss to Dragon Lee, he now needs to be aware of Seth's high-flying offense, as he drops a big stomp there to Seth Rollins. As he's really taking charge of this matchup, has Drew McIntyre. Lobbing blows, big punch, smash mouth style of Drew McIntyre. Has this caught Rollins off guard, just beating down on Rollins, and we haven't really seen any offense at all from the champion. Seth's going to need to start getting some attacks in as Drew looks to hook to the leg. He's close to the ropes. A 1 count already, and that doesn't bode well for the champion. McIntyre now looking to go to the top rope, and we've seen some high-flying antics from Drew McIntyre, but a huge flying forearm, the biggest flying forearm potentially on the FDW roster, just flying into the face of Seth Rollins. Glasgow kiss from Drew McIntyre, as Drew McIntyre calls for it. Claymore from McIntyre to Rollins. 2 count there already. And Rollins is on the ropes. Figuratively and nearly literally. Barely landed a single blow all match as Drew McIntyre has been in control all match, not letting Seth get a moment's respite as Seth tries to find some breathing room. Drew with a huge dive over the top rope to the outside, just continuing the assault. And not since Brock Lesnar on John Cena have I seen a one-sided affair such as this. McIntyre is hungry. Seeking a diving headbutt now. Rollins with the wherewithal to dive out the way, and Seth seems to be on the retreat. He's got no answer. Count of 6, and is this really how Seth is going to retain? Count of 7. That's the champion's advantage. Seth looking to go to every trick in the book. Drew gets it back between the ropes. And the power of McIntyre lifting Seth Rollins, slamming him down to the mat, and Seth has got to be broken. And that's it. Your new FDW World Champion.
Here is your winner and the new Men's World Champion, the Scottish
Now, that was a display of dominance
McIntyre.
that we perhaps weren't expecting from McIntyre. We saw him brawl his way to the top, bash down all opponents. A momentary blip, it would appear, with Dragon Lee, but he's learned his lesson and perhaps adopted a swifter approach, not letting any opponent get a moment's respite, a moment's rest. As Drew stands tall as the new FDW Men's World Champion. The landscape shifts once again on the purple brand, as all eyes are now on Drew. Seth Rollins will be needing to lick his wounds, I'm sure, after that one, as many an eyebrow have been raised. Where we go from here, who knows? But I am very much looking forward to it. Stay tuned to FDW to find out the fallout from Money in the Bank and see just what happens next. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you are too. See you soon.